We're excited about the 8 players that we have coming in. We've got a couple of local girls coming in, which is always nice, and to have players of that quality and players that are interested in ASU. And we've got 6 other players from outside the San Angelo area that we think are very good players. I think so. I think having good players wherever they're from, it always makes you want to go back to that same well and see if there's more in there. And certainly Coach Henry's done a good job at Central, and the 2 players that we're bringing in are both quality players. And Hannah certainly has helped do her part as far as being a great player for us here at ASU.
Just by the breakdown, Coach, you brought in 4 midfielders. Was that an area that you were looking to recruit heavily this year?
Well, looking to recruit heavily for this year, but also thinking about the future. Carnes is going to be a senior this year, so she's going to graduate. We lost Caitlin West, who decided to go. I think she went to Texas State. So we're going to have some opportunity for players in the midfield. So and then also with Hannah Horais, she's going to be a senior this year as well. So you want to be able to get kids some experience and not have them have complete responsibility as freshmen. And I think that our recruiting class this year will give us that.
How has maybe last year's class and then this year's class with 8 this year kind of helped team depth overall, in your opinion?
I mean, it's hard. I never really like to compare like one class to another, but I like this class. I think that Lauren Bateman is going to kind of help fill sort of the empty shoes of Brandy not being there now, and then we've got Amanda coming in as a wide midfielder, which again with Hannah leaving in a year is going to help us, and both of them are good quality. And then we've got other players, Brooke Villani in midfield, Laura Alcorn in midfield, Selena Alvarez in midfield, and all 3 of those are very good players. Selena's a very physical player, very aggressive, and I think that's one thing that someone like Lauren Carnes will appreciate, because she won't have to defend as much to have Selena or possibly Brooke or Laura Alcorn in there. Yeah, defensively we're bringing in 2 very good players, Ashley Exford, who I've already talked about, and Shay Williams as well. Shay's another great defender out of the Dallas area, very competitive, a lot of heart. And then also Natalie Nielsen. And Natalie's a good goalkeeper from San Antonio, and we're excited to have her joining us. She's going to add depth in our goalkeeper position, which obviously this last year with our injuries we really needed. So looking forward to her joining as well. Well, I think one of the things that we do is give credit to the 2010 team and what we did there. And I think that this class is sort of a product of that, because basically a lot of these girls committed to us back in August before we had started playing any of the 2011 games. So I think that was a big part, and I certainly think there's some players in that class that had a lot of options, and some very good, some Division I offers, etc. Multiple players that had Division I offers, and I think that what we did was we showed our promise and what we can do, and so I think that they're excited about coming in and helping us get back to that point again. And I think it was kind of undervalued with what we did in 2010. As far as the history of the program and everything, we did a lot in 2010. Best results in the conference tournament, getting to the national tournament, which had never been done before, and so I think that earned some respect from the recruits, and I think it certainly gained some respect from the teams that are in the conference, because those teams looked at us as one of the big teams to beat and played that way when we played against them. And so I think that hopefully we learn that our past results won't help us get future wins. Some of it's from past players. For example, Dorothy May Ortiz. She's coaching at Fossil Ridge High School, and I contacted her and asked her, listen, if you have some good players, anytime, let me know. And so she's the one that actually connected me with Ashley Exford. And we've also seen these kids. Most of our recruiting is done at tournaments, and so that's where we see most of them. The local kids, I go to every single high school game here locally, as many as I can. And so I see them there, and then the rest we see at tournaments. But it's through connections, and it's through tournaments, and it's through, in some cases, it's situations where maybe a kid's looking to transfer from a Division I school, and so we'll have some schools contact us and say, hey, we've got some kids that you might want to take a look at and consider.